Hi guys, it's Jenna. Oh my gosh, excuse the mess that I am in. I had probably more wine than I should have last night with a neighbor and a friend that came to visit, and we stayed up and we talked and chatted about all kinds of things and had a good time. And today I am just having one of those relaxing, like, I don't care days. So I might look a little crazy, but that's why I was just having some neighbor and friend time, and things sort of went out the window last night. So today I wanted to talk about what my biggest barrier to weight loss is and why. And actually I kind of have two. My biggest one I can't really do a whole lot about. It's my PCOS. If you haven't heard of PCOS, it's polycystic ovarian syndrome. And it affects your hormones and all kinds of different things. And a lot of people who have it are put on a medication called metformin. Now, I have been on metformin for many, many years, and a lot of people who are put on it, who have PCOS, tend to lose weight when they go on this medication. In fact, I've seen it firsthand with a friend long before I was diagnosed, and she lost a ton of weight. And I haven't lost a single pound being on metformin. Like, it's never done that for me. It has helped me in many other ways, but not for weight. So I have always struggled with losing weight. In fact, before I was diagnosed in college, I remember I was literally working out like 6 days a week, 2 hours a day, no joke, by order of my chief. Actually, I was in a ROTC at the time, and trying to get down, and I didn't lose a single pound. So, and I can't say I gained that much muscle either. I was doing good. I had personal trainer, I did cardio, I did weights, I did all kinds of things. I ate really what I thought at the time was really super healthy, like salads and just low-fat stuff and whatever. But yeah, I've always struggled with this. So it is kind of what it is, but I'll tell you what changed was going whole food, plant-based, no oil. And it's the first time in my life, like, I started, my highest weight was 240, and I'm finally in the 220s. So I'm not solidly in 220s yet. Like, I still flux a little bit around that time of the month, you know, the normal water weight gain, whatever stuff. But I'm getting solidly into the 220s, so that's a nice change. And I'm still going down. It's the only thing that's worked for me so far. The second barrier, I would say, to my weight loss, and this has been a struggle my entire life, and my entire life. My best point, I think, was my senior year in high school. I was at 180 pounds. I'm striving to get back down that at some point to 180. But I was in the best shape of my life, and I know I was a size 14. I was still a big girl, but I got curves. What can I say? I've never really been lower than that, and I'm okay with that. I was healthy, I was fit, and I was doing really well. So I'm okay with that. You know, I don't mind being a size 14. I don't got to be a size 2. I don't think that will ever happen. Although, you never know. I mean, so we'll see. But the other things that have been a struggle for me is the mentality, like my mental state about food. So I've always been drawn to sweets, to fast food, and that kind of thing. I've gone in and out of healthy eating habits, yet I've always kind of obsessed over my eating. I'm not gonna say that I had an eating disorder, but I mean, like, I obsessively tracked calories. I remember in high school at one point, I couldn't go over like 10 grams of saturated fat a day or something like that. Like, I had all these crazy rules in my mind. Even in middle school once, I cut out cheese for like 2 years, which, looking back on it, was actually a really good thing. But, you know, I've gone in and out of these phases. And actually, I went vegetarian in middle school for a little bit too, but that didn't last for too long. Anyway, mainly because that's just not what we had in our house. And, you know, I was a kid. So, yeah, it's been nuts. My whole life it's been nuts. And going plant-based is the first time in my life that I have not had to count calories. I haven't obsessed over what I'm eating. I eat as much as I want, when I want, and I stop when I'm full. And it's so easy. It's so easy. Like, as much as everyone's like, oh, well, you know, this is a phase, you're gonna, you know, stop being vegan at some point. And you know what? I don't see myself ever going back. I just don't. I'm not gonna say that this is my lifestyle for the rest of my life, but I'm not just plant-based anymore. I'm vegan, and that means something on a morality level. So there is that, but also because of the weight loss thing, like, this is the first time in my life I have seriously felt free from food. I don't know how to describe that unless you've actually been obsessive over food before or felt that need to control, you know, your intake or your, I don't know, just any of that. If you've been in that position, like, for me, this was a very freeing experience. And I don't want to go back to that obsessiveness. I don't want to have to constantly worry about things. I feel healthier now than I have in a long, long, long time. And I've been vegan for over a year now. So I just, and granted, even then, like, I've only been whole food, plant-based, no oil for like a couple months, but I'm finally getting results. So yeah, I don't see myself ever going back. And even if I was like drawn to a certain food, which is just never, it's just not happening. I know what happens now. Like, I'm fairly well educated on all things animal agriculture, and I just, yeah, I don't see myself going back. But anyways, my biggest barriers definitely has been the PCOS with the hormones and the mentality and obsessiveness over the food. Sweets, junk food, fast food has always been an issue. Now, I'm not gonna say, like, I do eat fast food still sometimes, and I do still eat junk food and sweets, but I lean more towards the whole food stuff. And if I'm eating junk food, it's like the, you know, the 2%, the 5%, whatever. It's not the 95, 98% of the time. It's the small percentage of the time. And I don't really feel like that's a bad thing. Like, if I want something that's processed every now and again, I'm gonna eat it. If I want to go eat an Oreo, or, you know, that's kind of the go-to vegan normal food, but I don't know, like, whatever. If I'm gonna eat a cookie, or if I'm gonna eat something that I'm buying off of a shelf, basically, then I'm going to do it. But it's not what I do most of the time, and I think that's what really counts. So tell me what your barriers have been for weight loss and why, and how you've either overcome them or how you want to overcome them. If you need help with that, and we can all kind of help each other out, comment down below what you think and what your thoughts are, what your experiences are, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Baby.